Welcome to another NetFriending Frienducation moment. Frienducation is a mash word of friends educating each other. And collab time is collaboration time. Deep conversations with April Roga and myself, Roy Montero. The hashtag #BeTheNC is behind the NetFriending curtain. And today we're going to be talking about Vicki O'Neill. Well, we is the royal we. April's not with me right now. She is actually working from home. And she is, I hear her, she's blow drying her hair because now she takes her shower during her lunch hour because she's at home. Just thought I'd throw that in a little bit. This is someone that we met through Pat Flynn. All right, so here's Pat Flynn, who I've been following since 2009. He started his online adventures in business in 2008 after he got laid off from his architecture job. And yeah, he makes it very, very public. So this was today's show. It was day 77 of the pandemic, the quarantine, and he calls this the QuaranTEAM. So you can read all of this. I'm not going to read it to you. Here's the fun part. It was day 77 in a row, 77 days in a row. He goes live every morning at 8 o'clock his time. He's in California. We're in Tennessee, April and I, and it is 11 a.m. Eastern time for us, and April's usually working, but she manages to catch enough of it here and there to be on his radar, so to speak. He has almost 250,000 subscribers. And here's the fun part. So today was day 77, and so far, 3 hours later, after he started his, or ended his live stream, actually, it's almost 3 o'clock, and he ended he ended like 12:03 here. 777 views, the jackpot, right? And April had given a super chat of $7.77 after I prompted her to do it, and she called it the jackpot question early on. Let me pause for just a second. Okay, so I'll continue. So I'll just go down here and then you can just read this. Stop it if you need to, so you can read all of it. And that's basically who Pat is. And you can find him by going to these hashtags, the income stream and Team Flynn for the win. So you can go to Pat Flynn. That is his YouTube channel. Okay, now I'm going to share something in addition to this, the connection that April and I have with Vicki and also with Deborah Cole, Coach Deb. Let me show you that real quick. So here it is. I'm in the befriending stage with Vicki O'Neill, and I guess I can say the same with Coach Deb, although I really haven't made contact with her yet. I think April may have mentioned my husband, Roy. So you can read all of this. I'm not going to read it for you. You can read all of it. This was about a month ago, as you can see here. And by the way, I'm using this awesome software. It's free, and it has a fee-based option as well. It's called VidIQ for YouTube. And there's another one called TubeBuddy that I also use. But the vidIQ one gives you, as you can see here, how many subscribers. So you can kind of gauge that. That's something that's really cool. So Pat has, like I said, almost 250,000 people following him as subscribers. Vicki has 57. We have even less. Coach Deb has 197 subscribers here. You can see what she wrote. What I like is that, yes, same here. And so cool meeting you, Vicki, on Pat's morning show. Pat's creating the new coffee water cooler for us all to chat and gather together. So we've all been meeting here on a daily basis. I catch the replay most of the time. I'm not all that vocal in the chat here. There's also a Slack group that Ernest Estime has created for us all. There's almost 100 people in there now, and yeah, we connect. So I like what she said here, and you can read it. It's all about connection, right? This was about 1 month ago. And Pat has created this amazing watering hole for us, as I like to call it. And what this is, there's a lot of comments here. I mean, a lot. There is over 300, there's 355 comments. And so I'll show you this, what he wrote here. Okay, let me show you the whole thing. So he's talking about 15 ways to create businesses related that came out of the pandemic. We're still in the pandemic. It's been about 2 months, well, 77 days. Pat started it almost immediately. And it's only 19 minutes. And then he gives a bonus, 16. Number 16 business idea is the one we're doing, which is helping people to go live, because there's a lot of people that need to go live and need to know how to go live with the various platforms that are out there. We're going to help people to go live with StreamYard to more than one destination at a time. You can go to Facebook and YouTube at the same time, including LinkedIn, including all the others that are out there, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, soon to come, IG, of course. You can read all of this. So he's helping people who have been affected. There's so many layoffs. So many people were terminated, and they're looking for something to do. And that's basically his own story. Because in 2008, that's when Pat got laid off. And so he learned his way around. And now he has, listen to this, guys. Because he discloses this. So just recently, within the last month or so, he said, because he used to put it up on his website every month, how much he made that month. And he quit doing it about 3 years ago because he started to say that wasn't really resonating with the newbies that were coming. It wasn't realistic for them. They couldn't wrap their mind around the fact that he's earning over, at that time, it was over $200,000 a month. He says he's consistently earning over $300,000 a month right now. And there's been a couple of months, he said, where he earned over $400,000 a month with his online businesses and courses and everything that he does. And he just came up with a physical product, which is the Switch Pod, which is like a tripod for our phones. And it's got a really, really cool and unique design. So Pat is quite the entrepreneur. Let me let you listen into what he sounds like if you don't already know him. Here's a quick little clip.
In this video, I want to share with you 15 new business ideas that you can start during this crisis that may allow you to build something brand new that you never thought possible. And we're going to do all of this in just 15 minutes. That's right, one business idea per minute. But before we get to that, we need to talk about what is happening right now. Recent data has shown that unemployment is at an all-time high. In fact, 1 out of every 5 Americans is without a job, which is really insane. And it reminds me of my story back in 2008, having gotten laid off in the recession back then, for different reasons, obviously. And it took a little bit of time, but I found massive opportunity during that downturn. And you have those same opportunities too. The one question I want to ask you is this: what does this make possible? All right, now to help you get started, I'm going to go over 15 new business ideas in just 15 minutes for you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the niche, a little bit about why I think there's opportunity there. And a lot of these are a result of what has happened now. There's going to be a new normal, and it's those who get in front of this new normal who can come out the other end better. Before we get started, the most important thing is don't use this opportunity, this crisis that's happening right now, to literally take advantage of people's fears. If you want to buy all the hand sanitizer and then sell that, and that's your business, like, please stop watching my videos. Get out of here. Screw you. Should I say screw you? That's kind of harsh, right? No, I think that shows like where I'm coming from, right? Okay, I'm going to keep it. Screw you. What I want you to understand is, yes, you could take advantage of the opportunities that you have here, and you will be serving a group of people, but you need to come from a place of service first. How can you help others and as a byproduct get paid in return? Now's the time to get started.
And that's the key, is be of service to other people, not how do I make money on the internet? Don't come at it with that mindset, because that's not going to serve you very well. And even if you do make money on the internet, as opposed to earning it, because I say don't make money on the internet, don't make money because the government frowns on that, like to turn it into a little bit of fun, funny, and fruitful. And say you got to earn it. You got to do it the old-fashioned way. You got to earn it. So anyway, be in service of other people, and as a byproduct, you will earn money. Anyway, that's what Pat's talking about. You get a little clue of who Pat is. Now I'm going to spotlight Vicki, because that's what this particular Frienducation moment is all about. All right. So this is Vicki's website at vickio'neill.com. And let me just scroll down a little bit here, and you can just pause it to see what she's written and what's on her page. And since I don't have the full width here, let me go over here, and here's Vicki. Hi, Vicki. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting Vicki yet, but she's already shown interest in what it is that we're doing with our net friending movement and the People Search Engine and Newbie School Masterclass, all of that kind of stuff. So, yeah. And here is Vicki's first time using StreamYard up here on the right top here, powered by StreamYard. Great piece of software. Like I said, you can stream to 5 different destinations all at one time right now. You can be on Facebook, YouTube, all of those destinations, any one of your favorite 5 destinations. You can go to 2 or 3 Facebook groups or Facebook pages all at one time. It's just an amazing piece of software. Anyway, today's our first day using it. That was actually yesterday. And I caught the show, most of it, didn't catch all of it yet. April was here too, so let's listen in as we meet Vicki, and she gives April a shout out because April she does support as many people as we can as we meet them on a daily basis, because one of the things I do before I get out of bed each and every day is there's a prayer. My prayer is, Lord, who's on God's guest list, a who's who, for me to meet today? And soon it will be Vicki. We'll do a meet and greet with her. And maybe we'll even do one with Coach Deb and some other people, because we can have up to 6 seats here all at the same time and just get to know each other. And not just on a one-to-one type basis, but on a one-to-many basis and a tribe type basis, because none of us is as smart as all of us. Right? Ken Blanchard said that, and 2 are better than 1, 3 are better than 2, and so on and so forth. And so April and I would love to have an inner circle of 121 people who all can help each other with the issues of life that we all have as people on the personal side. And then we can also do business and or business friends, even if we're not in the same genre, because basically business is business and we all have the same type of issues. So that's what we want to put together, especially since we have these great tools, these tools that can do video, audio, because connecting with people in text and text only, nah. There's no chemical that's passed like oxytocin, dopamine, all of these bonding, connecting, and these chemicals in our human makeup that just, make it so amazing for us to be able to do the connection.
There we go. All right. We're in. This is my very first time using StreamYard. So that was my first time trying to figure it out when I went live. I tried it testing. That was my first time actually going live at this time frame. Hi, I'm Vicki O'Neill, your Plateau to Grow marketer, and this is the marketing stream. Hey, April, thank you so much for leaving your comment. I appreciate it. And if you are here, which it doesn't look like you are right now, I look forward to having you throughout this process and learning more about Canva, what it is, how you can use it for your marketing efforts, or really for any type of graphic design or visually aesthetic needs. It could be for presentations, it could be for sales aids, it could be for PowerPoint presentations, anything that you need to use or need some type of visual graphic for, that's what this can be used for. So And then I'll also talk about why use it, and then the pros and cons, which kind of go back to the why, because the pros and cons speak for why you should use it. So with that, let's get started. Canva. What is Canva? Canva is a graphic design software that you can use.
And that is Vicki O'Neill. Hi, Vicki. So the next thing I want to do is, we'll take a quick look here. She changed the name of her title, the name of her show, the title, and she also added a lot more in the description area. So let me show you that. All the stuff here that she added to the description, because this wasn't here while she was going live yesterday, and me being or me wanting to be helpful to people and help them with their SEO. So she's got 3 tags here, hashtags, and good for Vicki to put her link so that people can easily find that. And there's some comments here, and you can read the comments. So yeah, let's see. I want to show Vicki. Vicki, I want to show you, since you had 2 different titles, you have 2 different entries for your video, and it'll work itself out, because since Google is part of,
for free,
so since Google is part of YouTube, or owns YouTube, the 2 platforms work well together. So when you do something in YouTube, it does get indexed in Google, but if you do a live show, it's a little different. So I don't want to get too deep into the SEO. I just want to show Vicki and all of you who are interested that don't yet know the various things that Google does. So she had live Canva review in her title yesterday. That was part of it. It wasn't the whole thing. And so I put quotes around it so that I could find it. And there is no one has done live Canva review. So if Vicki does one, like she did yesterday, but she changed it and she took the live Canva review out, then she will rank for live Canva review. Now it all depends on how many people are actually searching for it and if she has what they're looking for. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you that this is what she had yesterday. Excuse me. She changed it from what she had yesterday to now this. Okay, so I put her whole entire title. As you can see, that's her whole entire title here. Okay, so your title is very important. These words get ranked for quicker than the words that are here, right? So if you know anything about SEO, it's all about what people are searching for. So write for the human visitors first while keeping the robotic visitors in mind, and that is what are people searching for. And so since I'm thinking about it right now, let me take you over here. So for Canva review, there's 811 searches per month. And I'm not going to tell you about these. You can just understand it, or not right now, because that's not what I'm doing. So Canva by itself, over 2 million views. And you can see all the other words that are associated with it. So Vicki, if you want to do anything with Canva, you can see which ones are the easiest. And that's what these numbers are over here on the side. Yeah, and you can do something along those lines right there. So this is the free version. And if you want more, then they, and I'm at wordtracker.com. This is wordtracker.com. So back to where we were here. And this is what Vicki has now, how to use Canva for your marketing purposes. And she's nowhere to be found just yet. So if she does some additional SEO and or has the organicness that happen within the next few months, she should rank. Let me see what else is here. Where am I? Okay, so then I went and put how to use Canva, and I put it in quotes, and look what comes up. This is called a suggested clip. It's a video. It's 24 minutes long, but Google puts it at the very top, and it doesn't even have to be the #1 result. And Google gives it a clip of where people talk about what is being how to use Canva. When I put it in quotes, the clip comes up, the suggested clip comes up, and they're going to play 109 seconds, which is a little over a minute and a half, which is great. They know where that information is within the video now, which is amazing. And then they have these boxes here, and you're probably already familiar with that. And then they have the videos and the images and everything else. So I just wanted to show you that, Vicki. And then if you use the term how to use Canva without the quotes, you do not get the suggested clip. So remember, start searching with it. But here is another tutorial. It's only 9 minutes and 12 seconds. This one was much more. It was like how to use Canva tutorial is what that one is. Oh, this one is too, but why is it 24 minutes? I don't know. Maybe it was cut down. I didn't see that last time, so I don't know what I don't know yet. So here we have how to use Canva again, but this time I did the videos. Here, it's all. See right here? All is the blue underline, and then I go to over 19 million results. Over here, over 18,000 results for the videos. And you can see, Vicki, your video is not yet found because she uses how to use Canva at the very beginning, how to use Canva right here, at the very beginning for your marketing purposes. So I show again what's going on here. And so I did a looky-see for, this is in YouTube, live Canva review. Now that was her first video yesterday before she changed the title and added more to the description. And for live Canva review, Vicki comes up #1. So I don't know how many there are here, but it just keeps scrolling, as you know. If you've done any of this, it goes to the bottom and then it adds more and it keeps going. So Vicki did good for live Canva review, but how many people are actually searching for live Canva review? So here is how to use Canva. So I'm going to type that in, live Canva review, and we see that the search results are nil. Yeah, nobody's really typing that in. So it sounds good, right? Maybe somebody searching for Canva review more so than just live Canva review, and they are 811. But Vicki doesn't rank at this point in time for Canva review. I don't know if I put Canva review over here. Yes, I did. So here is the #1 and 2 and so on and so forth. And this gentleman here seems to be, Jason Whaling, seems to be dominating the top ones right here for Canva review. So I'm going to type in Vicki, and it doesn't show. There's no results for Vicki here whatsoever. So here I did a search for Vicki. This is live Canva demo. Now this was her first video that she did, and it's now changed. So it didn't find it, but it did find this one, and I can show you, it's like quite a ways down, because see, all of these are ahead. So the likelihood of somebody scrolling all the way down there to click on Vicki's video is like slim and none, probably none, but you never know. So I'm not going to say anything about that. While I'm here, I'm thinking about it. So see here, this is part of vidIQ. Enable the keywords, which are actually the hashtags. So look, you can see all of these tags, and they're all clickable links. Canva tutorial for beginners on the number one here. You can see all of them. You can see all of these. Now let me go all the way down to Vicki's, and we can see what Vicki has. So Vicki doesn't have as many as these other ones. It doesn't matter. It's like the more you have, the less, I don't know. It doesn't matter. For me, if you don't rank on it, what's the use? You understand what I'm saying? And sometimes if you use them in tandem, then you could find things like live stream and Canva. Vicki has them both. Or maybe use Vicki O'Neill, her name, and Canva. So I'm going to get into proprietary hashtags and tell our tribe, tell our inner circle how to use these hashtags for proprietary use, for we can find each other's stuff, because it's really hard to keep up with each other. But if we use the same hashtags on our stuff and then filter it like the last hour, the last day, the last week, we can find each other and get to know each other on a much deeper basis as far as business friends are concerned. And then hopefully we take it to the friend stage and go beyond the business friends. So here is another live Canva demo review. So this is what Vicki had yesterday. She doesn't have that today on her new title and description. And Vicki, you ranked, I thought you were ranked. No, wait. Yeah, you're way down here. Okay, so Vicki does rank for live Canva demo review. But I want you to see, Vicki, how many rank above you. See, there's a lot, just like the other one. Okay, so then I reversed the order a little bit, just the last two. Instead of demo review, I went review demo. And it does matter the order of which you put your keywords. So that's where you got to put your keywords, the main ones up front. Because look, on this one, you're number 4. The other one, you might be number 50 or 75. I think it was like 75. I think I had looked at it before. So that's a huge difference, just reversing these two words on where you rank. So just little food for thought to give everybody a little insight on when you put your keywords together, your tags together, and all of that. So I took Vicki's exact title, put quotes around it. So now it's only going to find the exact quote, the exact title. And Vicki, of course, you're number 1. And then this says for you, you're the only one. These are all additional type recommendations that Google makes, and there's no more results. So you have a very unique title. It's not something that people are searching for, not something that people are creating videos for. So this is a big one, how to use Canva. And of course, you guys can see here, you can get ideas. Those are the top 10 based on your niche. So Vicki doesn't rank at all for how to use, and there's a lot, how to use Canva. There's a lot of people that are using this. So you can see some of the thumbnails because people say thumbnails are important. I like thumbnails that show the person. Vicki did that absolutely. There's some here that do not use your personage, your photo, because I'm all about content is not king. The content provider is king, and so put yourself in it. Even though this one didn't have, they're still number 1. Sandra, the mom boss. So how to use Canva, she got that to number 1. 69,000 views 7 months ago. 460,000 views, how to use Canva tutorial 3 years ago. Marley Jacks, and she puts her photo there. So anyway, I have a couple more. So I think I just did that one. And then the Marketing Stream Live Canva Review. This was Vicki's title yesterday, and she's changed it since to what you can see here, the Marketing Stream Live Canva Review. No, this one hasn't changed, and this is what I was saying earlier, Vicki, and it has her subscribe page indexed as well. So how cool is that? So let me turn this on to see what Vicki had yesterday. I don't know if Vicki, I don't know if this is exactly the same as the other one was. And she put this in a week ago. because she scheduled the show a week in advance. And so Google indexes them differently or doesn't index them at all, so to speak. And so this was her title yesterday, and she ranks number 1 for this, the only one for this, and then it goes to For You again. Because, again, it's unique. Vicki's the only one that has this. And I just wanted to show you that when you do a live stream, you set the title and the description, as Vicki does, a week in advance, and then you do your show, and then you change the title, and then you add the description. Both of them are in here at the same time. And eventually this one here will fall out, and the other one will be the mainstay within the Google algorithm here for YouTube. And then it will also show up in the Google index, which, I don't know, it might show up in a week or so. There's a lot of various ranking factors that will go into play. I know that if you do a live stream, you don't schedule it, you just do a live stream, you'll go live 5 minutes, 5 hours, it doesn't matter, immediately you're in Google. But obviously if you do the scheduling of a day ahead of time or even a few hours ahead of time, then it doesn't put it into Google, but you're immediately into YouTube. And they have this thing that I call the rank and tank. That's part of the algorithm. So it gives people who do a live stream, I think it's the same way if you upload your video. I'm not quite sure. I haven't done the reverse engineering on that. But Google is doing similar to what Mark is doing, Mark Zuckerberg over at Facebook, and rewarding people who do live streams. They rank them higher than the ones that do pre-recorded videos over just text with pictures and images and stuff. So it would behoove you to start live streaming and or doing video, because you get higher rankings initially so that people can find you, and then eventually you're high ranking, you rank high, but then you tank if you're not yet up to par with the other videos in Google's secondary algorithm or primary algorithm, but they give you a higher ranking initially for this so that you can be found and give people a more fair advantage instead of ranking you down at the bottom. So if you use the right keywords, you might well be found high for very competitive keywords. That is yet to be determined, because I want to put a class together and have everybody do the reverse engineering with me, and so we can all do a tribe together and help each other. And then as we grow, because would you rather be a big fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond? Think about that. And so basically, there's one more thing I want to show you. And I want to show you this post that April put together in the Slack group that we're in. And there's, like I said, there's close to 100 people in here, and Vicki's in here with us. And so during her show, we like to shout people out, and April more publicly than me. I'd like to do the things behind the scenes like this and shout them out for, 30, 40, 50 minutes and beyond. So she says, Vicki's live right now and demonstrating how to use Canva. So amazing. And then she gives the link, and that takes her right here. And so people can just watch Canva, it right here.
Just keeping it to the basics. And
Okay, so I was on mute all this whole time. So let me go back, and I was saying that I replied to Vicki, and then Vicki replied to me, and I'll go ahead and save that. And then I replied back to Vicki, and I let Vicki know that her audio was perfectly fine and it's in sync, because April said that it was not in sync at this particular time. So we're helping each other, we're supporting each other. And that's what I want to document here to let people know that if you want to be a part of what we're doing, then you can let April know on Facebook. That's our main home. Or if you're in here, just DM her. But DM her on Facebook and say, hey, I'd like to be in part of your inner circle and help you to do what you're doing here. So we'll tell you what we're working on, helping each other to, it's like a kind of sort of mastermind on the techie side and on the mindset side, because there's always two sides to everything. There's the mindset side, the how-to. How do I use Canva? Right? And then there's the mindset side. Why do I use Canva? Right? And so I still have to finish watching the rest of this. Vicki's video was 35 minutes and 45 seconds, so that's cool. And so I just wanted to show you all this and document this and get on Vicki's radar a little bit more to let her know what we're doing and to let her know about the SEO. And maybe she knows all of that already, and maybe she doesn't. And my guess is that she knows some, but she doesn't know all. So Vicki, tell me if that's true or not, and I'm looking forward to doing a meet and greet with you. Maybe just me, you, and April to start with, and or with Deb, and or with the other inner circle that I have for special needs moms right now, which, yeah, I want to tell you all about that because I want to end with this. April's target audience is midlife entrepreneurial women. Oh, wait, that's mine. Hers is midlife moms, autism moms, special needs moms who want to meet her at the intersection of Live Streaming Avenue and Personal Growth Boulevard. That's what April's all about. Because on her journey, she still has a nonverbal son, 10 years old, my bonus son. And he is still in pull-ups at 10. And he has the mentality probably of a 2 or 3-year-old, and he can't speak. So he understands his daily commands, Morgan, do this, Morgan, do that, time for bed, got to brush your teeth, let's get changed, you're going out with dad, blah, 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 this and that. And he's really good about turn off the light. Morgan, what, So, and we want to document the journey with other moms and or dads and or caregivers and or people who just know an autistic kid and or adult and want to be part of our social, not social media, social community / tribe. We want a social tribe. We want to be social. We want to talk about more than just our kids and more than just the special needs. We want to get into each other's lives. Like there's other things that we love to talk about, personal growth, maybe our hobbies, maybe our interests, and we can pair people up, get people in groups, and or just have a happy hour where we just connect and we just let our hair down and we just maybe read a book and talk about it, watch a video and talk about it, unpack it, because there's so much happening in the world. And yeah, we don't need toxic people, because there's so much going on with that right now with all the riots and everything happening here in the States. I don't know if it's, never mind, I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, I just wanted to end with that. So, Vicki, I hope you get to know me a little bit better and what I want to do in the world. And you've already shown interest in our People search engine. You said you wanted to be a part of that. And unfortunately, I don't have everything done. I'm still working on the website myself. I need to get that up so that we can get our registered trademark for Befriending. We register trademark that with the government, and we got to get our website up within the next couple of weeks. So I'm working on all of that. Plus, I'm doing this as time, has for me to do. So I have to sleep too, which I do very little of because I'm just so excited about life, and I'm so excited about connecting with the right people. Because this is not my first inner circle, but it is my first inner circle of this kind. And so, yeah, that's what it's all about. So, bye to Vicki, bye to Deb, Deborah Cole, Coach Deb, Pat Flynn, and of course my wife, April Roga. Toodles, everyone. Thanks for listening, and bye for now. Oh, and I just made this show card on Canva, so I want to end with this as well. So, yeah, Yeah, the hashtag, I needed to put the word the in there because it was just BTNC, and then I asked April how many people are using that hashtag. Usually if you have a hashtag of 4 letters and numbers, because you can only do a hashtag with alphanumeric characters, anything beyond that cuts it. And I said if you do 5, you usually are good to go. There's usually not a whole lot of people using it, so I wanted a proprietary hashtag. And if you start looking for hashtag be the NC, then it stands for Behind the Net Friending Curtain. And that's what I just did. I gave you a glimpse into the life and journey that April and I are doing together, individually, collectively. And we would like all of you to be a part of it as well. And if you start using this collab time hashtag and or this hashtag and or the net friending hashtag, as you see, or the frienducation hashtag, individually or in tandem, and then we're going to use tribes like Pat Flynn tribe hashtag, and then Vicki O'Neill tribe hashtag, and Coach Deb hashtag, or it's not going to be her nickname, it'll be your real name, so it'll be Deborah Cole tribe hashtag, and so on and so forth. And then we can bring people together from each other's tribes and get to know one another. And now I'm excited for messenger rooms because my home base is Facebook, and I've done messenger for the last 4 years. I joined in 2007, but I really didn't start using Facebook full force until I met April 4 years ago, because my place was Google Plus, which is now defunct. So you can see what the social atmosphere is like. Oh, and let me end with this. So Facebook does social well. Google sucks at social because G Plus just ended and it died after, I don't know, 8 years or so. And Google is like #1 for search, and Facebook sucks at search, and they don't want to get together because Marky and Sergey and Larry don't play well together. They don't play in the same sandbox together. They did at the very beginning, and then Marky took all of his toys and ran away. That's my view of what happened, and you can read about it yourself if you don't have that view. So there's a big gap in the marketplace, and that's what an entrepreneur is. An entrepreneur, my definition, is someone who bridges the gap when they see a gap in the marketplace. And I see a gap between social and search, and that's why I want to put a search engine together, not to compete with Google, but to be a subset of Google and to connect people with each other. And not just random people, one by one tribe leader at a time with their tribe. 121 people get in for free, lifetime access for free, if they will just do what we need them to do. And that is to put together 6 videos, 3 of them 90 seconds or less, and the other 3 minutes or less. And then that way people can know who you are, just like I gave you a glimpse of who Pat is, right? I gave you a glimpse of who Vicki is. If I just did this in text, yeah, it wouldn't have been as delicious as doing it in video, because now you get a feel for him. You go like, that Pat guy, I don't connect with him, or wow, that Pat guy, I so connect with him. Same thing with Vicki. Oh, I don't connect with Vicki at all. No, nah. Or wow, yeah, I'd like to be friends with Vicki. So these are the people that I want to connect with, people who want to do meet and greets for at least an hour a week, if not more. Make them public, record them, make them public, put it on your channel, and then let us put the right hashtags, and then people can just do hashtags, and they can go like, did anybody create one of these videos within the last hour, within the last day, within the last week, within the last month? And then we can find each other and use the keywords and the proper hashtags to connect, because that's where it's at. There's a lot of people that are very lonely. There's a lot of people that are isolated. And April and I we have the power and the drive and the vision and the dream to bring people together. This is my God-given gift, is to stir up your God-given gift and to not be like I was for 38 years of my life, absolutely the most shyest person on the planet. I claimed that title. And then somebody came and talked with me for about an hour. I can tell you that story someday. And right after that hour of educating me, frienducating me, that this shy thing I was doing is the most selfish thing that I could do. And she told me why. And then she said, don't be selfish anymore. Don't be shy anymore. And here's what you should do instead. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it. And today you can tell, I love people. I'm a people person. I want to help people to befriend each other, because, you can't make friends. You can't make a friend. If you want to make me your friend and I don't want to be your friend, you can't make me. So all you can do is show up and befriend a person. Oh, and speaking of that, let me end with Pat Flynn's clip of that, because we have a clip of that. Hold on. Okay, so here's the clip.
Right? I like this from April. Don't make a friend, right? It's sort of like making a friend, almost like Weird Science. Remember that? Was that an 80s or 90s show, Weird Science? They like use computers to make this girl. And anyway, befriend people, because you can't make someone be your friend. They will feel it if you are not genuine. There you go.
Yeah, don't know why that was all blurry like that. So let me redo this.
Right? I like this from April. Don't make a friend, right? It's sort of like making a friend, almost like Weird Science. Remember that? Was that an 80s or 90s show, Weird Science? They like use computers to make this girl. And anyway, befriend people, because you can't make someone be your friend. They will feel it if you are not genuine. There you go. Befriend people. I like that. I like that a lot. Thank you so much. Dig your well before.
I like that. I like that a lot, he says. So Pat is one of the like A-list influencers out there who is genuinely, authentically saying people first, business second. And I know a lot of people say that, but they're not saying it genuinely and authentically, because we've heard many people that have crossed our path say stuff like that, and we want to reach out and become friends by befriending them and getting into a business friendship if that's possible, and or a collaboration, and just do a meet and greet. And yeah, they are not at all receptive to that. They're not approachable, like they say, to be. And so that's one of the things that April and I want to let the world know, is that Pat is the real deal. And let me show you this over here on the side. So if you're not familiar with YouTube, then people can do their comments over here. And so here's April. And this is what she said. And it got up on the screen. So I don't know how many comments or questions made it up on the screen. Here's another one immediately. Dig your well before you're thirsty. I love that. That's just be prepared so that you can see the opportunity, which will turn into a success for you. So total of 3,000 views. Usually there's about 1,000 views, 900 to 1,000 views during the live stream, and then in the succeeding days, 2,000 to 3,000 additional views. So there's a lot of people there and a lot of comments and questions and everything else, and he chose April's and put her up because April's already on his radar, and she's given him a few super chats. And because her comments are comments of value, and I may be a little biased in saying that, but she's not your average bear. And we teach people how to get on other people's radar without it being icky, without it being blank. Because a lot of people want to ride people's coattails or want to get close to someone for selfish gains and not a win-win, mutually beneficial type of win for everybody, gain for everybody, like April and I do. And yeah, and so we just document what we're already doing and how we're getting on people's radar and how Pat must feel about her. And the fun, funny, and fruitful thing is that Pat's wife's name is April, and so is mine. And so that must weigh something as you get together, because we call that the points of commonality. When you get on somebody's radar and how many Me Too's you have, or the more Me Too's you have, the more opportunity you have to do a deeper dive into that person's willingness to connect with you and do a meet and greet and so on and so forth, no matter how high their A-list status is or their up-and-coming status is, and so on and so forth. So I just wanted to add that. There's one more thing I want to add. Let me show you this. So there's this amazing website called streamable.com, and I've been using this. And so let me put the D here. And there's Vicki, and here's the clip that I played. So you can take any video that's public, put the link in here, like it says right there, paste the URL in here, and then it takes the whole entire video, 5 hours long, 5 seconds long, and you can take up to a 10-minute clip of it, a soundbite of it, and it houses us here for 30 days. You have the ability to download it right away, and you can do a few other things. You can edit, you can embed, and so on and so forth. And then that's for free, 30 days. And if you do the paid version, then you can go longer than 10 minutes, and you can have it hosted here on this site forever. So right now we're just putting it on the free system. I download it, I upload it to YouTube, which I will do anyway. Even if I had the fee-based one, I will still download it and put it on our YouTube channel, because we can do more with the videos there, and so on and so forth, timestamp it and everything else. So it's a lot better to do that. So here's the last clip I want to show you about friends and friendship. I know that some people have like 5,000 Facebook friends, and I'll pause for emphasis. But do they really? Can you have 5,000 friends? Robin Dunbar did a study on this, did some research on this, and he said about 150 people is the max that any one person can have as far as friends is concerned. Family, friends, co-workers, acquaintances, people that you can have a actual friendship with before it becomes overwhelming for you. And so that's really shy of 5,000. Anyway, I thought this next clip here was really interesting. And let me play this.
And these are all
because
friends
it's amazing.
of mine. Well, I mean, I think that we're friends, but sometimes I misjudge that.
Didn't know where that was going. Neither did I.
Well, you know what I like. Ever since Tiffany told me that when I thought we were friends, and she was like, "No, we're acquaintances." Like then I was like, "Oh, okay." Like I thought we were, and she was like, "No, we're not there yet." And then I knew like I must think that I'm friends with people, and clearly I'm not. So, which is fine. It's fine. It doesn't even matter. I don't even care. But yeah, so we're going to be doing this as long as we are locked up in our homes and looking for some relief. But I just wanted to introduce everybody. So why doesn't everybody kind of go around the circle carpet and tell us your page and tell us a little bit about yourself? We can start with Kate.
And so I love that she brought that up, because sometimes you think that I'm friends with you, and I'm not. I'm still in the befriending stage with you, and I think people need to know that. So what I'm teaching or frienducating people about, friends educating each other, is that if you see me as your friend, then tell me, "Hey, Roy, I see you as my friend." And then ask me, "Do you see me as your friend?" And I'll tell you, not yet. I'm still in the befriending stage. There's just a few more things that I would like to get to know about you before I start investing more time with you, with this, with that, this topic, this instance, that instance, because hopefully in the near future, April and I will have the A-list status as well, because we're not doing it to be rich and famous. We're doing it because we have a calling. God has called us to do something. We're doing something different than most people, and we know we can do it. We just need to connect with the right people. And if I set the stage, if you will, the environment and the culture to be this instead of that, and to let people know, hey, look, don't keep this a secret. If you see somebody that you are now friends with, then say, "Hey, I see you as my friend," and let them have the opportunity to say, "No, I'm still in the befriending stage with you," like Tiffany did, because April just told me she's now told Meredith that, yes, we're now friends. And I don't know exactly what the tipping point was, so to speak, but that would be great to have them on the show and just have them talk about that, because I think if you misjudge a person, because I've heard somebody say to me a couple, 3 years ago, he said, "Roy, I know this person 14 years. And I say something, and then that person turns to me and says, 'Hey, we're not as good as friends as you think we are.'" Pause for emphasis. You really don't want to hear that. So anyway, that's what we're doing. That's why we call this net friending, not networking, because net friending is the softer side of networking. Friendship first, businessship second. That's our motto. That's what we're doing, and that's why we're building the people search engine. Everybody in it wants to be friends first, if that's possible, because sometimes if you do not fit, you will not commit. So you may want to befriend somebody from the beginning stages. You see them, you hear their video, you go like, wow, that she'd be great, he'd be great. And they watch your video and stuff, and they go, yeah, well, I see a mutual, and then you get together, and all of a sudden, yeah, you're rubbing each other the wrong way, you're not on the same path, and that's okay, because that happens. Don't force ripe, as my friend Christine L. Bowen says, don't force ripe a relationship, just let it happen organically. And speaking of Christine, she's got a really great quote, a one-liner, a selfie quote, if you will, a selfie one-liner, if you will, and it's amazing. She says, if you understand the impact that building relationships have on your business, then you will make your business building relationships. Simon Sinek says something similar. The TED Talk that he had, one of the top 5 TED Talks of all time. If you don't know Simon Sinek, follow him. Be a student of his. I like saying don't follow people, be a student of that person. And then, yeah. Anyway, he says, if you don't understand people, you don't understand business. And he's the why guy. He says start with why. When you're putting something out into the world, whether it's a business, whether it's a cause, whether it's your child, what we're doing with the autism thing, you got to start with why. Why are you doing this? And that's the thing I always say. There's 2 sides to everything. There's the how to do this, like live streaming. How do I live stream? Okay, now that I know how, is that big enough to keep doing it? Because I always ask, is your why bigger than your but? B-U-T. Your why is the reason for doing something. Your but is the excuse for not doing something. So take building a business, take starting a cause, starting a live stream, a podcast. Why do you want to do it? And then you need to find out how I need to do it, the how and the why. So that's something we always teach, Frienducate, April and I, up front with whatever endeavor or collaboration or co-creation we want to do with another person or another team of people, so to speak. So, I just wanted to put this all together while I'm thinking of it, because you see, that's who I am. I start to talk about one thing, even in a solo setting. I don't like doing solo things as much. I like doing it with other people, of course, but sometimes I can't. They're not available, or this has to be done solo. So I do that, and then I trigger myself. Oh, I want to show you this. Oh, I want to frienducate you about that. And that's just who I am. So I hope within this hour, it's like 58 minutes, so within this hour, you really get to know who I am and whether or not you want to be with me or not, because April's not quite like me. We do have the same beliefs. We have shared beliefs. We have the same core values. And we're moving in the right direction together. And we're married, so that has to say something. Two can't walk two can't walk together unless they walk agreed. 2 are better than 1, and none of us is as smart as all of us. So we have to keep that in mind. The people that are me people, and Pat wears this shirt at times. I've seen him wear it several times, where he has we is greater, has the greater sign than me. And we have the hashtag from me to we. And there are people that have crossed our paths and met with us and said, yeah, we want to do this with you, but they can't let go of the me factor. They can't become a we. It's like they just can't let go of that control. And we really don't want those folks, because it's too tough. And I'm very blunt, by the way, so I just say what it is, and I will challenge you if you are with thinking. So let me end with this. 2 questions. 1, do you believe everything you think? Yes or no? And is there truth? Yes or no? And that's what I want to know. So anyway, with that, once again, my name is Roy Montero. My wife is April Roga. Connect with us. And yeah, tell us you want to be a part of this, or at least for a week or so, to see if this is for you or not. And yeah, we're open to anyone and everyone. So thanks for listening, and bye for now.